What's up, y'all? If you don't know by now, it's Ron B, aka the Great Barbino, aka Scotty Trippin', and you are tuned in once again to the Slow Burn.
We smoke that dank, 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 dank. You smoke that just okay.
Now, I probably say every episode is special, but I'm gonna say this is a special episode. This is gonna be a fun episode. Got one of my homies, one of my obviously collaborators, but a brother to me. He's already a living legend. Has been on the charts for music NFTs since his first drop, Possessence, Rolling Stone collaborator, motherfucking Web3 genius, and we're gonna get into that because I'm just saying words at this point. None other than my homie, Domino.
Yes, sir.
What's up,
Thank you, man. That was probably the best intro I've gotten.
Hell yeah, bro. I gotta do you right, man.
Thank you.
That's how we do over here at the Slow Burn, man. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sacktown's finest. How you doing?
Good, man.
Yeah?
Just ash it on myself.
Yeah, it's only right to...
That's my intro.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just right here. But doing well, man.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great to be here. For real. In these nice chairs, like, feels
Right?
good.
They are very comfy.
They really are. Yeah.
It's something about just being able to kick it with people, you know what I mean? On some chill shit. And then, honestly, this is just being captured. But, like,
Totally.
that's really what it is. That's all we
Yeah.
about.
It's our excuse to just talk,
Right? And then get high, you know what I'm saying?
you know?
So, I do have to ask you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, you probably get this a lot, But beyond what NFTs mean, y'all can do your own research.
Yeah.
How did you get started in NFTs? Like what? Or did somebody put you on, or did you just randomly see that shit on a article?
Totally. Yeah, I had been following visual artists, like painters, fine art artists, and 3D artists and stuff for years, just trying to make the most fire song covers for SoundCloud and Instagram.
Sick.
And I had been drawing and painting my whole life, so these were the rock stars to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just I don't know, there's something about that, rappers kind of became the superstar, so I saw it in them. I was like, oh shit, they're taking designer clothes and painting on them, they're going crazy.
Oh shit, and
moving in that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pandemic hit, and everything shifted digital, so I moved to Twitch streams, doing shows online and all that stuff. So
I remember that.
Yeah, it was slowly making more sense, and at the same time I was following this artist named Ferocious, and he at the time was this 17-18-year-old who had been selling $20 prints for the last 2 years that I had been following for how long, just on some mutual friendship.
Yeah.
And Ferocious became, over 6 months, the top selling NFT artist of all time. Crazy.
Oh wow.
Sold their first collection for 3 or 5 million. Did their last drop $23 million in 20 minutes. So I got to watch.
That's
the
crazy,
numbers
bro.
are insane, but at the end of the day, I got to watch him progress through NFTs that whole time, and what it meant of ownership over digital art, you know, and how that could affect an artist.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of artist,
Yeah.
And I saw them promote their work through being completely human and transparent. They were crying for selling, $100 NFT, and then sprinting around their house telling their story when they did a mill, and of they could finally move out of their abusive house, and they can
oh shit.
the true personal story of that.
Yeah.
And they brought everyone along on that journey, and that was already my shit.
Yeah.
That was my jam of okay, how do I be the most personal and human and have that succeed? So I was oh, here's my blueprint.
Yeah.
So then I watched for a year. I watched Ferocious and a bunch of other people that I was following do that, and just learned terms and the language. That's always the barrier.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
I was okay, what do these words mean? What is NFT mean? What is even the breakdown of that mean? And Web3 and all of these blockchain and all these terms that seem really intimidating. And then I minted, which means I put out an NFT. You know, I put out a piece of art as an NFT, and it sold in 2 days for like $3,000. And I ran around my neighborhood. Did it again. Did 2 days later.
Did your lap? Did your victory lap?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's crazy because well, not crazy, but it's
crazy.
Well,
it's pretty crazy.
That in of itself, yes, it's crazy. But what I'm thinking about is me knowing how you are as a performer. Anyway, you are very personal and engaging, and it is. It's all encompassing. It is the performance, but it's less about you being on stage performing, but more about you connecting with people.
Exactly.
All the time. Every single performance I've ever been to. You know what I mean? Art Lab, Peppermint Club, you know, whatever it is. And I think it's crazy how you found the thing that actually makes most sense to be your tool, your vessel. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you need to be personal. You know what I mean? You need to, you know, like develop a community, right? And develop, you know, you can really connect with people. So that's dope.
And that's like what it did for me.
Yeah.
It was like the vessel that allowed me to put together everything I did, which was essentially like world building, into one cohesive package.
Yeah.
Whether I was doing drawings, collage pieces, photography, short film, music video, like I do all of these things and I've always put that into album drops.
Yeah.
But now those marketing tools that I would just post on Instagram become the things that like fund the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And like make people have ownership over this storytelling tool at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And like actually own that.
Yeah.
So then like we do a show at the Peppermint Club and over half of those people own an NFT of mine and are like watching that song that they own being performed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They're coming up to me like, yo, I've never experienced anything like this. And I was like, yo, I've never experienced anything like this. This is
like,
crazy.
Same, bro.
Yeah,
same.
Like, this is crazy. So to see it online and in person has been just true, like no joke, revolutionary. Like for me at least.
You know, I own an NFT of yours.
Yes, sir.
I do. As of like a few days ago, people.
You won. It was very rare to win.
Yeah.
That was my first Instagram giveaway. And
first one?
Yeah.
Yo, first.
First, baby.
First. Ghost Town remix. Ghost Town theme remix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a project called Ghosts. O as an X. It's huge, bro. Like, it was a blessing to be able to do that remix for them. Because I'm like such a big fan of their project. They're all like one of one drawings that are just beautiful. Yeah. And yeah, the owner was like, yo, I want you to do a remix. And I was like, fuck yeah. So yeah, that one I dropped last year and I wanted to send that one instead of like a Presessence album one because it's just like, it's a different story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's a hard ass track.
Thank you, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? You can't even hear that.
Yes, sir.
But then you got, you just dropped Everblades, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, Everblades is a single after doing the Presessence album drop that I made last like 6 months in terms of a drop, you know? I was like, yo, I need to put out a single that, you know, like feels like an album. You know, like let me do an A and B side and something that's like also personal. You know, I dropped singles that were like fun and, you know, all that stuff. But somebody in this Twitter space was like, yo, I want to hear more of like your personal story and your music. Yeah. And I'm like, that's what it is. But then I was really listening and was like, oh, like I need to truly talk about my like actual personal experiences, not from like this existential world. Yeah. And that's what Everblades was for me. My homie Explorer and Kev produced the beat, which was a really big dream collab for me, just of being fans of them. Yeah. And yeah, I wrote it with that intention. It's very personal. It has this like therapeutic vibe, you know. I did the NFT drop with this platform called Sound. Okay. Yep. And it was 25 editions, so it was a blessing. Sold out in 2 minutes, which was huge for me. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
2 minutes is like...
It was instant damn near. Like the website could have refreshed faster.
That's people waiting.
That's what it was. That's why I bring it up, because like it, as this 111, as like it wasn't that it sold out in that amount of time or that it sold out at all. It was that like 100 to 150 of like the top artists in the space like pulled up to that moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Like I see this momentum and this wave of support, and it was just like overwhelmingly a reminder.
Yeah.
You know, to just like keep it going.
Yeah. You're on the right path.
Like
yeah.
Yeah. So that was a big blessing, man. It wasn't just like random people or like collectors or whatever. In this world, it was the artists. And that's like my main narrative is like artists supporting artists, and like we can do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I feel like it always comes down first to like education though. Like
100%.
you know,
Yeah.
education, knowledge. So just to keep it simple, because you know, I don't want to beat a dead horse. Because
Totally.
you know, people say Web3. I don't even know what 2 and 1 would be. So could you just explain what that means?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not I move as an artist, you know? And I do my research and I know my things. And I'm knowledgeable on this shit, but I'm definitely not the tech guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I always do my best to explain this shit with like normal words,
right,
and things. So like Web 1,
layman's terms.
Yeah, Web 1 was the start of the internet, right?
Okay.
So internet starts, right? Like government is using
military,
this tool. Exactly,
all that
like
shit. Yeah.
Web 1, right? Web 2 opens up to everyone with an addition of social media, right? We're now communicating in a new way, right?
Okay.
Web 2 is like how we've existed, how we know of making and posting music onto SoundCloud or Instagram and using that as our tool of communication.
I see.
YouTube, you know, this existence of like a new way of communication. Web 3, a new way of using money. You know what I'm saying? And finances, and also like the these are not the right terms, but the ability of blockchain tech to like certify and put a physical or digital quote unquote asset certified with code backing. You know, so that's like the long version of saying it.
Fingerprint of own.
Literally that. That's the ultimate way to say it. It's giving something a digital fingerprint.
Okay.
That can never change, can never be duplicated.
Okay.
Yeah. The same way a like the Mona Lisa exists as one. You certify through the museum and all these things that it's that, right? It's the same exact thing, except it's just a string of code.
And it actually is also the Mona Lisa, non-fungible.
Exactly.
Ding.
Yeah. That all makes sense.
Man. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck all that though.
Yeah.
What's the dumbest shit you done high? Let me know.
Oh God. Okay.
Dig deep.
I was with a couple people. This is a horrible story. I had just like graduated high school. Graduated. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I leave high school. And then this is like a week later probably, I'm with a bunch of my homies and they were like, yo, like the high school's performing theater is like unlocked always. We were like, no, let's go smoke weed in the theater. As like a stupid,
Yo, I got this dope spot, bro. Got this dope spot.
It was like, oh, haha, like we could, you know, smoke weed in the theater. We pull up, we do that. We hotbox our performing theater, and then we could have left, didn't leave, and we like grabbed some souvenirs, type like stupid shit, like a stuffed animal, and like a paper stop sign, like, yeah, and we hear some noise. Cops pull up with tasers out, and we like run. We run, and my dumbass had driven my car and parked it in the school parking lot with my wallet in the car and my ID sitting on the car seat, face up.
Oh my God.
So it
was me, officer.
No, we ran.
It was us.
We ran. We ran to the car and then ran past the car. And we ran for like an hour. It was a whole thing. Very like GTA moment.
Nice.
You know, they got spotlights and shit. It's a whole thing. and the town where I'm from was fairly small, so like anything that's happening is like a thing. Like they go hard.
Exactly.
And they don't know what's they don't know what's going on. We're just
we got a 478.
And none of us got caught that night, but they towed my car. Obviously,
damn. Car got
my
caught.
ID's in there. It's tied to my name, and
Yeah.
obviously, like I'm in high school or just out of high school, so like my parents are on there for the insurance and all that stuff. And I woke up to my dad at my friend's house. Very unhappy. Very unhappy. Dragged us to the school, and since I had just turned 18 too, so I was the only, not minor.
Oh.
And so I was like faced with the actual
got
charges.
One. Yeah.
Like, and then it was up to the principal to press charges or not. And thank God they called the principal that was like assigned to me my whole career of high school, because we had like multiple.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, you're very lucky that like you've been in my office for good things the last like 4 years. Because like we're obviously not going to press charges and ruin your life.
It's like you a stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm.
You lucky.
Yep. So our trade away, which was like my pops being like, yo, they're going to do this, was scraping gum for 8 hours. Full work shift of scraping gum off of 100-degree cement. So,
Not bad.
Not
It's not a bad
It
trade-off,
sucks.
actually. It does suck.
But it we did it as a group, so it was
Yeah.
like fun even. Like,
Did you get your car at the Impa?
oh yeah.
Okay. Did they make you pay for that?
I just pulled up to the crib and my parents had handled that.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Thank
then.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because I be thinking about
I
California.
just pulled
man.
up and my parents were ready to destroy me.
They be like, yo, we charge you for every 30 minutes. Like, what? What kind
right.
of interval is that?
Right.
Like, man, that's crazy. Man, I thought you were going to say, like, some other type of shit. Like, being, I don't know, high and forgetting your wallet. Like, I don't know. But that's some crazy shit, bro.
Stupid shit.
But I have a question for you. So, with all the shit that's going on in the world, women losing their rights, their reproductive rights, wars overseas. Sometimes it's good to still remain, conscious of the good things,
Yeah.
So, can you tell me the happiest moment you've had this year so far?
Oh, wow. That's a great question for sure.
That's right, slow burn, baby. Only the good questions.
Oh man, it's like a lot of very small moments, because it's the last year has like shifted a lot for me, with this shift into the NFT space and having it fully align with what I'm doing and building momentum from that. It's like there's been so much abundance of success and moments of like, wow, I've been working at this for a decade. Like, thank God. So a lot of those come to mind, like getting hit up by Rolling Stone was crazy. Like doing the collab was crazy. Like selling so much music is insane. You know what I'm saying? Like all these like tangible work things that I'm a workaholic, so like those things instantly come to mind. And then like things with my partner come to mind. Like we did a Joshua Tree trip, and like I remember just standing with her in the wind, and it was like so blissful, and then like thoughts come up of like going out on the more rare occasions now because of everything, like with friends and just like existing or eating and going to a diner late, or after performing at a show, like going and just walking around. Those moments are like the most like fun and like real and present, and it's a combo of things and energy, but those are probably like what I feel a lot of joy and happiness from the most, in reflection and in that because it's like, this is great. It feels very nostalgic. I was thinking that in my head. Yeah, it's amazing. So probably those, this dude.
Hell yeah.
Dope. Yeah.
You're like just like saving this.
Let me save this feeling.
Got it.
Saved.
I'm there, bro. I'm that high. I'm there.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, thank you so much for blessing the space, your presence.
Ours.
Man, I don't know. There's nothing else really to say other than thank you.
Thank you, man.
With that being said, we about to get into a little something from you. So
Yes, sir.
thank you all for joining us with another Slow Burn show. We out of here. Oh, damn.
I'm like, before you heard J.A., M and Wayne, before Tay K, Zay, and Bait, before Kane, Dame, Danity, Kane, Lanes, Chance, Kurt Cobain's, like Earl and Kurt Cobain, insane? Not really. It's like I'm on trains, the way I push Cole and Meek Millie, on M pushing M's with Willie, smoking J's with Snoop and Wiz, killing, feeling, dealing with boring rappers with no feelings like bombings, K-Dot and Compton ceiling, and bombing, calming, keeling, involving involvement, cross-calling, stealing, ceiling, so don't call me. Lost in the bass, I caught feelings. I said, what you know now? From my head to my toes now. From my fate to my hate to my soul now. I've been cold now. I've been cold now. Haven't seen me cold now. So I slow down. From my head to my toes now. From my fate to my hate to my soul now. I've been whole now. I've been whole while I'm cold. Guess I know now.
We smoke that dank, 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 dank. You smoke that just okay, okay.